Hello everyone, Maricel here, coming to you with a very important update on U.S. immigration law that could dramatically affect dual citizens, American living abroad, and anyone planning a second passport. We are talking October 2025, and the government is launching new rules around dual citizenship, tax enforcement, passport renewals, loyalty obligations, the whole picture. If you are a U.S. citizen and you hold another nationality, or you are thinking of acquiring one, you will definitely want to stick around for this. I'll break down what's new, what it means for you, and the steps you need to take now to stay compliant. Let's dive in. What's changing and the context? So what is the background behind this? On January 20, 2025, the White House published Executive Order 14160 titled Protecting the Meaning and Value of American Citizenship. The policy stresses that U.S. citizenship is a priceless and profound gift. The law and immigration landscape in 2025 are under significant reform. According to a guide to immigration policy changes, the current administration is pushing broad changes. Enforcement, citizenship, birthright issues, and dual nationality are all under review. For dual nationals, the official guidance from the U.S. Department of State and the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services still holds the U.S. law does not force you to choose one nationality over another, but the obligations and risks are real. In other words, the U.S. still allows dual citizenship, but this reform wave means more rules, more reporting, possibly more restrictions. Now let's break down specific areas you need to know. New IRS global tax rules for American abroad. This is one of the big ones. If you are a U.S. citizen and you hold or plan to hold another nationality, especially if you live abroad, pay attention. Americans abroad are already required to file U.S. tax returns and report worldwide income. The guidance for dual nationality emphasizes that as a U.S. citizen, you are obligated to comply with U.S. tax laws. With these new reforms, the government is signaling stronger enforcement and oversight. Experts already list increased tax and reporting obligations among the major disadvantages of dual citizenship. What that means for you. If you live outside the U.S., you must keep up with U.S. income tax, FBAR, FATCA, and other reporting rules. If you hold a second citizenship or passport that generates income or financial ties abroad, you may want to review your tax compliance now. Failure to comply could trigger audits, penalties, or worse, especially as enforcement tightens. Tip for you. Consult a tax advisor experienced in cross-border issues. Update your U.S. filings and keep solid records of anything related to your second citizenship or foreign income or transactions. Now let's talk about passport, documentation, and dual citizen travel rules. Another critical area, passports, travel documents, how dual nationals are handled in practice. Per State Department guidance, if you are a U.S. citizen with another nationality, you must enter and leave the U.S. on your U.S. passport. Using your foreign passport to enter the U.S. is not allowed. Even if your second country requires you to use its passport, you still need to use your U.S. passport for U.S. travel. With the reforms, there are signals that documents and citizenship claims will face more scrutiny. The executive order and policy alerts show the U.S. government may scrutinize who qualifies for citizenship documentation. What you must do. Make sure your U.S. passport is current and valid. If you have been traveling using your foreign passport for U.S. entry, exit, stop doing that and switch to your U.S. passport. Review any dual citizenship paperwork you hold in the other country. Make sure it is legal and aligned with both nations' rules. Document your travel history, entries, exits, and keep both passport records. This is not just a formality. Wrong passport entry can trigger denials of benefit, entry issues, or complications in emergencies. Oath of allegiance, loyalty requirements, and employment security impact. Now, this part affects you if you work in or plan to work in federal jobs, security, military, or sensitive positions, or if you hold dual citizenship and are living abroad. There is a push for stronger loyalty and allegiance requirements. For example, new bills targeting dual citizenship for members of Congress have been introduced. We also know that part of the reform agenda is to emphasize that citizenship comes with responsibilities, including allegiance to U.S. values. The executive order places emphasis on the meaning and value of U.S. citizenship. What this means practically: if you hold or seek a federal job, military service, security clearance, or citizenship-based benefit, your foreign nationality or dual citizenship may become a point of scrutiny. You might be required to disclose your second citizenship, your foreign countries of allegiance, any foreign military or security ties, or foreign passports. To avoid surprises, check the eligibility rules of the job clearance, declare any foreign national status is required, and think about whether you must renounce or suspend the second citizenship, depending on the case, to stay compliant. Important for you abroad: if you are a U.S. citizen living overseas with a second nationality, maintain your U.S. loyalty obligations and document how you meet them: tax filing, U.S. travel, etc. What you must do now to stay compliant. Okay, let's get practical. Here are the action steps you need to take tonight or this week if you hold or plan to hold dual citizenship. Number 1, check your U.S. passport. Is it valid? Are you using it when entering, leaving the U.S.? If not, correct that immediately. Number 2, review your second nationality. Do you hold a foreign passport? Does that country require its citizens to perform duties like military service, taxes, exit entry documentation? Are there conflicting obligations? Number 3, update your U.S. tax filings. If you live abroad or have foreign income or assets, speak with a cross-border tax advisor. Make sure FBAR, FATCA, foreign income are declared. Number 4, assess employment or security implications. If you work for the U.S. government, plan to or have security clearance, check whether your dual nationality is flagged. Prepare for disclosure. Number 5, keep documentation. Maintain records of your travel in, out of the U.S., passport uses, nationality status, foreign residence, foreign tax obligations, and any renunciations, if applicable. Number 6, evaluate your second citizenship strategy. If you are planning to apply for a second passport, consider carefully now. How will that affect U.S. tax, loyalty, passport use, employment? The window is narrowing. Number 7, stay informed. Because reforms are ongoing, new bills, executive orders, changes to rules like citizenship, passport revocation, denaturalization are in motion. If you do nothing, you risk penalty, denial of benefits, or worse. Imagine being denied entry to the U.S. or losing a job or being subject to tax penalties or citizenship revocation. Important caveats and things to watch. I also want to emphasize some caveats. Not all proposed changes have been fully implemented yet. Some executive orders are being litigated. For example, the Executive Order 14160 is the subject of court challenges. Dual citizenship by itself is not illegal under U.S. law, but the context around travel, passport, tax, employment obligations is increasingly important. The foreign country's laws also matter. Some countries require you to use their passport for entry-exit, impose compulsory military service, or limit dual nationals. Australia, Philippines, lots of countries have specific rules, so you must check both sides. The situation is fluid. New bills in Congress, new agency policies, they may regulate dual citizenship more strictly, so compliance now is your best defense. If you're just thinking, I'll get the second passport later, do it with full knowledge of these U.S. obligations looming. To wrap up, if you are a U.S. citizen and you hold or are planning a second nationality or second passport, this October 2025 update is critical. We are in a time where dual citizenship is still allowed, but the U.S. government is signaling more scrutiny, more obligations, less margin for error. From tax rules to passport travel, from loyalty and employment to documentation when entering, leaving the country, you'll want to be proactive. Don't wait until you're caught off guard. I recommend take the steps we covered this week, get your passport affairs in order, talk to a tax specialist, review your foreign citizenship status, and keep every document. Stay up to date. If you found this helpful, please like this video, subscribe to my channel for immigration updates, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future segments. If you have questions, please leave a comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe, stay informed, and I'll see you next time.